Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs here, and I want to talk about solar power here in Michiana. It can work. Really, in cloudy, gloomy Michiana, we can still produce enough power that would support a lot, if not all, of our needs. The big story today is the new power plant that just went online with the University of Notre Dame and Indiana-Michigan Power located in Granger. This plant has been in the works. It's going to offset a lot of Notre Dame's carbon footprint. They're trying to close down their coal-fired power plant. And really, if we had more of this, there's the potential that, again, a good chunk of this area could be powered by renewable energy. Yes, even here. And I'm going to rant a little bit because I've already seen some of the Facebook posts out there saying, really, in cloudy here, it's cloudy half the time. How are we ever going to do that? And we really can. Really, we just need to scale up. And the big difference with renewable is going to be batteries and storing the power on those really sunny days. Here's a estimate of power production yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Today was really cloudy. It was not a very pretty day. It's about as gray as a day you're going to get in spring. And yet we could still get about 40% electricity production. That's pretty good. Would you want 40% off your electric bill, at least for daytime use? Yeah, I would too. Again, that is significant. And then if you look at yesterday and tomorrow, we're likely to be above 100%. And we're only in May. The sun's angle gets more intense as we go into June, July, and August. And so it could be really off the chart. And that's where, well, maybe we need batteries, those wall batteries in houses. They could really store the energy. So when we really need it at night, and maybe on those cloudy days, or maybe when we lose power because of storms, could be a lot more useful. So don't buy into posts people who are saying, oh, well, we just can't have it here. Yes, we can have solar here. It's kind of a little niche for me. I'm kind of interested in maybe getting solar myself. So again, I'm just kind of watching this, but I think it's something interesting to look into. And it's a lot of upfront costs. It's not going to be for everybody to invest in as far as your own home, but you may be able to, or you may be able to buy into when we have larger industrial arrays like we saw here in Granger. There could be a bigger demand for this. Looking here at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, and this on their website, they have a whole lot of data for the United States and its solar potential in a year. And is this something of significance? Well, maybe. So let's look at the scale here. And you're going to look for our area, around 4 to 4.25 kilowatt hours per day. Again, the energy here, and that's kind of where the zone we're in. That seems like, oh man, I wish we were in Arizona and New Mexico so it could really produce some power. Sure, but the average home only needs about 1.5. So 4 would be pretty good for most of our needs most of the time. Now, the winter, that would be when, well, maybe we're not going to have that production. You go here by month, and you don't see much in January. You don't see much in February. But really, once you get to April, we are more than sufficient in bumper. So spring, summer, and fall, 3/4 of the year, probably have enough sunshine to really produce enough energy. In the summer, even if it's a cloudy day, the sun's intense enough that it's going to shine through. I did the station here. This is the Google Project Sunroof. Now, this is just a broad estimate. This isn't, I'm not promoting this one company or anything. But I didn't do my own home. I've done it for my own home. But again, there's big time savings in production. 6.8 kilowatts. Now, I don't know if that's going to offset our station's use because we use a lot more electricity, but it could. It could be a huge offset. Definitely more than enough of what a typical home would need with solar panels. So there's the potential in this area to get the solar energy that we need even in gloomy weather. So that's my rant for today is don't let people talk down. Renewables can work. We really just need to scale up and give them a chance when it comes to wind and solar. And then the real trick here is, how do we store that energy? And what about gas-fired power plants? Well, on a day like this, where we have that 40% or so production, you can turn power plants on and off relatively quickly, like you do your stove or a gas furnace. It's pretty easy to ramp up and down if you have a stable or mostly stable demand for solar and wind, and then you can turn on the gas plants fairly easily. What you can't do is do that with coal-powered power plants. Those are more tricky, and those are also the dirtiest and, for the most part, least efficient now. So if we start to transition out of the coal-fired power plants and get more gas, yeah, we're still probably going to need carbon-based energy for a little while. But how much can we ramp up our solar and renewable energy to fill that gap? And I think the answer is we can do that pretty quickly, and we can make that transition and still supply the grid. And that's part of the whole infrastructure plan. There's still a lot this is not the magic bullet, but when you look at especially the state of Indiana, our renewables are less than 20%, less than 10% really for solar. So we can really bring that up 25, 35, 45, 50%. That would be incredible. And I think it could be a goal that is actually could do something. It's not we're too cloudy here. Well, we're not in the desert. We can still produce electricity even in the cloudy and even cold Midwest.